Speaking of hiring, like you talk a lot about hospitality mindset. So how do you hire and train somebody to think like, a hotelier, but they're inside a residential tower?
Hire a hotelier.
Okay.
It's that simple. they they hired a hotelier, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna duplicate that or replicate that same methodology. Look, you look
Cool.
for emotional intelligence primarily.
Yep.
You look for somebody who's tolerant, patient,
Hmm.
but I can teach you anything if you're willing to learn it. So I just did a training session for a bunch of concierge guys and community managers not too long ago. And that was probably one of the most rewarding 2 hours or more, 3 hours of my career, because it was just this back and forth, and it wasn't like a sit down, here's a presentation, and
Yeah.
learn this stuff. No, it was interactive, and it was real, it was authentic, it was genuine. Yeah, and we talked about real stuff, right? Real matters, and I think you just once they understand that you understand them as well because you've come from that background, it it clicks. So again, going back, I think it's recruitment, training, finding that right mentality. I can teach you technical stuff,
Hmm.
law, regulations, but having the
I mean, like, it's a good answer. And like, you can definitely tell from the passion that you have in this industry, it obviously flows. And if people are going from being a concierge to being a director of, multiple buildings, like that's obviously a reflection of something,
that's probably
something.
one of my proudest moments is to
Yeah.
see the progression of people, coming in at this level and then literally you teaching them and encouraging them and pushing them and, molding them into something bigger and better. And then they grow. And all of a sudden you see them in a meeting where you're attending the meeting, they're leading the meeting. They used to not even be invited to that meeting. Now they're leading the meeting. It's like a father watching their child grow up. Right. And
Yep.
it's like you are a concierge.
Yep. Like, speaking of like some of those scaling things, and I guess like talking about again, like branded developments, and one area I want to sort of understand, like, how do you protect the brand integrity? Because say you've got two very different brands, like, I won't name names or such, but say if you have brand
Hmm.
A, they expect one thing in one tower, and brand B expects another in a different one. How do you maintain the consistency without diluting
That's
standards?
actually a very good question. What we've done is we've done we understand the brand. We first meet with the brand. We
Hmm.
understand the project. We understand all the details of the project. Then once we get acquainted, we do a kickoff meeting where it's a brand immersion and a brand intelligence session. So we start understanding what they want. Then we start doing training sessions. We hire the right person for this project based on the brand, the of brand expectations. So it becomes like this.
I mean, like it's sort of, I mean, that's an interesting model, and also, yeah, as you said, the elasticity of an organization, that obviously super important for recruitment and retention. Look, sort of reflecting a little bit now, like over the next, 5 years, um, I guess hotels taught us what luxury service looks like, and now that's being applied to the branded residences and you're trying to bring that into daily living of people in the buildings that you manage, in the towers that you manage. Do you think, do you think that we're moving toward fully, like, I don't know if it's a word, but hotelized residential communities? Hotelized.
Look, I think branded lifestyles is becoming a thing of it's trendy now. But
Hmm.
look, the branding a residence from a developer's perspective will get you 30-40% more per square foot.
Hmm.
Okay. People are willing to pay for high end products, obviously, or else you wouldn't have these super expensive products from whether it's hotels, automotive, or fashion wouldn't exist. People will pay for quality, a lifestyle experience. So I don't foresee branded residences declining anytime soon, especially not in this region at all. I
Yep.
actually see it continuing, or else the brands would not be pushing, more projects in this area. I mean, just from now till 2028, where did I read? There's about 33,000 new units just in the next 2 years.
Yep. Where do you think, like from Strata Global, like are you building a company or are you building a new operating standard for the industry?
We're building a legacy. Those are the types of partners we like to work with anyway. We look
Yeah.
for developers that are building a legacy, that are worried about their reputation. Equally, we're looking for a brand that's just as cautious of their reputation. And then we're looking for both developer and brand that will appreciate the actual skill set and the expertise that we bring because of the industry.